Today I will explain to you how to use TATE Precision Spot Welding Machine. After we receive the machine, it has a machine head and a power supply. First, connect these two wires to the positive and negative terminals here. Then the back of the chassis. The first is the foot switch. The second one is the solenoid valve. The third is the voltage feedback line. There are labels on them, just plug them in accordingly. Next we start connecting the power supply. Its power supply is 3-phase 380-volt electricity, are customized according to your requirements. This is the air pipe. After the power supply and gas pipe are connected, the installation is completed. Then we can start debugging. After the machine is installed, it can be powered on. After powering on, the machine will perform a self-check. After the machine self-test is completed, we can adjust the parameters. We need to adjust the parameters. First click on Parameter Settings. Enter the password 2222. Click Confirm to enter. This is the preload time. We need to adjust the preload time. Preload time is normally set to 350. When the interval between the upper and lower welding heads is within 10 milliseconds, it is 350. If the interval between the upper and lower welding heads is relatively long, the preload time can be adjusted longer. We can adjust it to 500 at the beginning. If you feel that you have held it down for too long, we can gradually reduce this time. The rest of these parameters can use the default values. Just adjust this maintenance time to 10. All other parameters are 0. Welding time is generally between 60 to 100. If we are not sure about energy, we can adjust it to 1 volt first. If 1 volt is not enough, add to 1.1 or 1.2. Keep adding until the welding effect is satisfactory. We only need to adjust these two parameters. Other parameters basically do not need to be adjusted. If you need to weld multiple sets of products, we can then storage specifications. This preload time is also 500. Welding time is 60. Voltage 1 volt. You can start with 1 volt and then gradually increase the volt value. Just add it to welding and it's okay. This is parameter adjustment. Here are some functional parameters. For example, solder joint counting, mold repair counting. These are set according to needs. Here is the welding log. The welding record will be recorded every time we weld. This is an exception record. If there are any welding abnormalities, it will be recorded. There is a normal weld here. There is a test valve and test weld. Test valves and test welds. It won't be welded. If welding is required, be sure to choose normal welding. The above is the setting part of the machine parameters. The following will explain to you the settings of the machine welding head. We must adjust the position of the welding head. The welding head is pressed down and it should be aligned with the groove. These two slots overlap. If the grooves do not overlap, just remove these 4 screws here. Adjust forward, backward, left and right. Adjust until the grooves of the welding head completely overlap. The air pressure is normally adjusted to between 0.2 and 0.3. After all the above adjustments are completed, we can start test welding. Let's first take a copper wire to test. Just take the copper wire and solder it directly. If the welding is not firm, we can adjust the voltage to just 1.1 volts. Just solder the copper wire to a slight discoloration. Then we can use the silver horn of PT100 for welding. If the current is not large enough when welding PT100, let's increase the number here. Increase by 0.1 each time. For example, 1.2 increases to 1.3, 1.4, etc. Continue to increase until the welding effect is okay, then stop. If welding abnormalities occur, these abnormalities are normally stuck on the lower electrode or stuck to the upper electrode. For the problem of stuck lower electrode, Most of them are caused by the new welding head not being smooth enough. To solve this problem, we can use sandpaper, lightly polish the lower welding head with sandpaper. This problem can be solved. If it is glued to the upper electrode, normally it is caused by excessive current, or the pressure is too low, or there is copper residue on the welding head. We need to remove the welding head. Trim the welding head, put it on again, it can be used normally. If you have any questions during use, you can contact us at any time. Our email, info@oaktate.com, phone and WhatsApp, 008613062657065. Thank you for your trust and support in us.